Yes, so we're back. Another TalkOver. Who have we got today, brother? Come on, Dubs.
Ayaz, welcome, bro. Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
How would you best introduce yourself? Because
I was gonna say I'm reading through his bio now, yeah, and it's like, what? He's like a man of many talents, isn't it? He's covering a few bases.
Well, honestly, usually the guests that we have on would be majority of them, actually maybe all of them, but majority have been DJs. So they are people that are kind of inside the circuit, and generally the people that listening will be aware of who we're speaking to or something that they've done, etc. Whereas people in your role, you take more of like a, until recently at least, you take more of like a behind the scenes role in what you do. So there's a lot of people out there that might actually not be aware of who you are and what you do. So drop a little introduction, drop in what you do.
From its very, very, very beginning, like I'm a DJ by passion, like as a hobby. I wouldn't even put myself in the same league as some of these other DJs. You guys, Premier League, I'm like 5-a-side at lunchtime. Do you get me? Whereas
man's power league, you know.
But whereas digital strategy, social media, that's my bag. So what I do is I help DJs, rappers, producers, singers put out album campaigns, single campaigns, and grow their audience for when they need to drive traffic to Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, any streaming service. Like that's really in a nutshell what I do.
Do you feel like that's where a lot of artists go wrong? Because I've met artists across the years that they'll come out and they'll just release music and they don't really know their audience, and they're kind of just throwing it out there and hoping that someone kind of gravitates towards it. I was having a conversation literally last night with an artist who's planning the first single, and I'm like, look, I'd sit down and really think about who you really want to target and push your music to before you start throwing this stuff out there. Like you say, you're better off honing in on a specific crowd or someone that you want to target than just throwing it out there to everyone and hoping that it kind of sticks. Like, do you feel like that more artists need to be thinking that way?
No doubt, bro. No doubt. You know what it is? It's like that SoundCloud era was incredible, but it was also kind of damaging because we were used to, you'd upload a track, click refresh 500, click refresh 2000, wake up the next morning 10K. And we had it in our minds that quality of music equals number of plays. And now when it's an oversaturated market, you wake up and you're on 91 plays and it ain't going to move unless you put in the hard work.
100.
So I think like artists fall behind because they have expectations that just because they put it out, people are going to grab on. Like the SoundCloud days, 2014, but it's 2021. You've got to have a 2021 marketing strategy, and you've got, 10 to 15 touch points with the consumer for them to drive, buy a ticket or come to your gig, buy your merch. You need 10 to 15 touch points, not just one of my song is out now. You got to put more work in, man.
Link in bio.
Link in bio.
Bro, I'm not even clicking on your profile to get to the link in your bio. I can't be asked. I've only got a 4-second attention span.
I feel like
now.
that's one of the key things where people get it wrong from what I've seen. Like even people that make great music, like I've met so many artists that are super dope, but they make the music and that the process kind of ends for them there. And then they wonder why they're not hitting like the numbers. Like you say, you need to have the strategy and if you're serious about this shit anyway, like you want to be thinking the way you're breaking it down.
For real, bro. I think a lot of artists get like fatigue of their own music. So in those 3 months, they were mixing it, mastering it, perfecting it. They've heard it a billion times. So that when it comes to release, they're like, allow it, man. I've done it. But that's actually the first time their consumers are hearing it. They haven't heard it a billion times.
That's where the work's supposed to begin, isn't it? That's where the real work starts.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
So, I think there's 2 phases for everything. There's that pre-marketing phase, building the hype. And then there's the traffic driving phase, sending people to the link. And if you give up on day one on it's out now, like you say, Stylo, the work begins there. Like it takes 3 weeks after that to every morning find 10 different ways to talk about the same mix, the same radio show, the same podcast, anything.
And that's not easy,
Different talking points.
That is not easy, bro. Like I feel like some people might struggle to lay out 10 different ways of pushing their own. Like I know sometimes I get that imposter syndrome where I feel like I don't want to be shouting about my shit too much on social media if I'm doing an event or I'm helping someone with a production and you feel like you're kind of shoving it down people's necks, but you have to be the most passionate about your stuff, man. Like if you can't shout about it from the rooftops every day, nobody else is going to do that for you, innit? So like, it's got to start with you, but I can see where people might because it is a lot of work, man. It's
How do we turn that in DJ terms then? How do we translate that? Okay, let's turn it into a DJ campaign so that anyone listening can kind of formulate some ideas of, how to grow better on social media and that, and promote their stuff. So instead of a song, let's just say it's a mix. So I've got my mix. I'm going to drop it on Mixcloud. And you said we start with the announcement. So boom, I'm posting on my Insta, Twitter, Facebook, even just for everyone's nan and that. I've got a mix
for my granddad on Facebook.
Yeah, I've got a mix dropping on Friday, 6 p.m. Boom, there's the announcement post. Friday, 6 p.m. comes. Boom, here's the link. Brand new mix. Here's the theme. Exciting. I've got all my artwork. I'm posting out all the links. How do we then, as DJs, keep the promotion up for that, and more importantly, get engagement?
I'd kind of rip up that game plan. Rip up that game plan and start again.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah,
then.
so I wouldn't start with the I'm dropping a mix at 6 p.m. on Friday, because that feels very promotional. It doesn't feel like it's adding value.
Okay.
Right. So I'd have a picture of me, hands poised like this.
Classic
right?
DJ pose.
The little DJ flex post.
Classic. And you say, drop the maddest mix. So hype. All the latest Afrobeat, bashments, and Amapiano tunes in this one. Cannot wait for you guys to hear it. Hype levels first. Then the next one will be a different post where I'll be scrolling through my phone or something, saying these are some of the tunes that made it onto this week's mix. This is the concept of the mix. This is the vibe. This is the feeling you're going to get out of this mix. It's perfect for driving, pre going out. It's perfect for X, Y, Z. Then finally, I'd say, who wants to hear it, right? And then you're getting people to vote in and opt in to hearing about when it drops. Then once it's out, I'd say, who wants me to ping you the link, right? Again, it wouldn't be hit the link in my bio. It's who wants the link.
Yeah, you got to physically send it to them. Yeah.
And then this guy's just created like 6 different doubles, like out now, new mix. Guys just rolled off like 7 different calls straight away. I love it.
That's all good though. And then I guess afterwards, if you had filmed the whole mix, like I know DJing is the wicked example of that. He's always filming the whole thing. I would snip up all of the best transitions and make it into like a multi-swipe carousel. And then each one of those carousels becomes a TikTok and a reel.
Got you.
So you've just by having one camera filming the whole set, you've made 10, 15 pieces of content.
I feel like this is a really important conversation, man, because I know there's a handful of DJs at the minute. Everyone's having this conversation on Twitter and stuff about how to approach tackling social media, how to promote yourselves, trying to get your reach up on Insta. Everyone's kind of struggling with the algorithms now. Like, is the content shit or they're not posting right? So like, I feel like these kind of things, especially for DJs, there's so many of us, it's hard to break through all of the noise sometimes, in it, because everyone's dropping mixes, everyone's kind of doing this, and a lot of people are doing the same kind of content. So trying to figure out.
Brother? Do you know what? Do you remember that whole vibe when you had one residency at the very early part of your career, and you knew every customer who'd come up to the booth, you knew where to connect with them online, you knew where to send them the VIP list, all of that stuff. It's the same principle as those OG days, just magnified times 50. If you keep your community close and you remember every little detail about them, they're going to remember your mixes and your different content pieces. But if you just putting out to everyone and forgetting about the individual, then they feel like you don't care about me no more. Why should I care about you?
100%.
I think like DJ Ignition is one of them really good guys at that. Ignition really curates his audience well. Like he knows when this Rebecca or this Janet or this whoever person, he knows when they show up to his stream and he connects with them.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk. Now you're right, man. I feel like connecting with, like, building a core little audience. Like, I grew up in a local area in Manchester called Sale, and it was the same there. Like, that's literally exactly how you explained it. You tap the local community, and like you would know every single person that would come to the booth, from the staff to the bar staff to every single punter to the flipping grannies that had come in on the weekend. Literally, like, everybody. And from there, that was allowed to. It just kind of spawned little branches off, which allowed me to get into the city center and get into the bigger venues. And I've kind of just used the same formula my whole career, really. Like, I've kind of prided myself on, like, literally that. I've been able to talk to all the individuals, and I don't ignore anyone. Like I try and chat to everybody the same way, and I feel that's mad important, man. I feel like that's sick. That's
bro. It's literally that, but just digital. That's all it is. Just because we're two thumbs on a phone doesn't mean we should lose sight of that heart of the whole business is people, relationships.
Do you think it's vital now? Obviously, like some people, myself included, will have missed the boat. Do you think it's vital for DJs to be on TikTok?
I think that
good question.
It's a really loaded question. I think DJ should be wherever the attention is. So if the attention's no longer on Facebook, you've got to work out where it is. If it's no longer on Insta, that most people I know have a TikTok account but do not post.
Same.
Right, plain and simple. So if you think the attention's there, right, if I put my content in front of the people, their eyeballs are on it. And I wouldn't judge TikTok by your first video. You might have seen, I'm trying to push one video a day on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok yet, so I haven't seen. I
want to scale that to 4. I want to go for 4 videos a day and just see if I do 120 days consistently, what might happen.
4 videos a day?
Try it. I'm going to try it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but remember, they're only like, what are they, like 30 seconds?
30 seconds long.
30 seconds long.
But stylo, bro, I literally have a tripod here and record 10 in one go.
Okay.
Right? It's just reading out tweets that I've posted. I just read them out. Right? So I know that's different for DJs where you
I was about to say it's a bit different for us. Imagine making 4 DJ vids in a day. That shit, bro. I'm just a perfectionist, man. That shit will take me hours.
So that's the difference, those styles, because you put so much into your video production that you literally perfect it.
I've got to get past that, innit?
TikTok's not for that. TikTok is literally throwaway content just to grab a quick 30 seconds of someone's attention. And if you can grab a few 30 seconds in a row, that's how you crack TikTok, innit? Like,
no, it's true, man.
Let's position it this way. Imagine if you did a Twitch stream that was an hour long. In that Twitch stream, you'd probably have 37 different transitions. So that is, in theory, 37 pieces of TikTok content.
Got you.
Song A into song B, and then song C into song D, and so on and so on.
I think just for me, bruv, I can't just post a standard mix as a piece of content. I just don't think. For me personally, I feel like I've got a bit more substance to me where I'm just gonna not post. I don't want to just post. I'm not trying to diss other DJs right now. This is gonna sound like I'm trying to send shots. But I've seen man put up the most basic of mixes, but one song to one song. In my opinion, should not be celebrated. Like that's what you're learning. That's what you do in your bedroom before you even hit a club.
It's like a chef posting that he knows how to boil water. Like if you're a DJ, if you're putting yourself out as a DJ,
lit, bro. If I'm doing content, trust me.
Yeah, if you're putting yourself out there as a DJ, doing a standard 8-bar mix with an intro mix anyway, so it's really, really watered down. That's not impressive. Like that's not a thing. Like it literally.
Well, then we're talking about the audience.
My counter question is, who's then taking action? Who's taking action then? Other DJs who are doing that easy stuff, and everyone who's a bit more of a purist saying, I need to bring the levels, isn't actually putting any action out there.
100%. I just feel like I need to be true to me as a DJ though, but like I feel like I just wouldn't feel comfortable just mixing one song. So if that was the case, bro, I could do 70 of them a day on TikTok.
Yeah, there's this one guy. He literally points above and he goes, original song, where the sample came from.
He's banging, but
he's not doing anything, and he's doing hundreds of thousands of plays. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. It just has to be consistent. That's all.
Well, what's that?
What it does have to do though is align with what you're trying to achieve. Because for example, me being on TikTok, I would either be looking to drive that audience towards my YouTube channel, in which case I would post interview clips. And be like, Pop Smoke said this, said this. Do you know what I mean? Like, and just literal quick things like that. Or it would be a drive to get more club work and more bookings, in which case it would be showing off it would be like a live remix or something that I did, or like a live mashup, or some kind of crazy transition from one track to the next.
I hear you.
You know what I mean,
my hesitancy,
showing one song and then a sample of where it came from. That's amazing for music geeks.
Agreed.
But that doesn't align with anything that I'm trying to forward.
But what I would say is I don't want to create more work for you guys because you're super busy people. So creating a whole content pillar of TikTok content is additional work.
Yeah,
So I'm saying to repurpose the stuff that you're already doing, paying in the clubs, doing a Twitch stream or doing any X, Y, and Z, just cut it up into TikTok friendly content.
You've got to be clever with your time in it, really. Like you just said, don't build a whole extra workflow. Tap into what you're already doing and build the pieces from that and make your life a little bit easier, man. I hear that.
Because otherwise you've got like, let's say a Twitch stream is 1 hour, 20 minutes long. Other than the one clip you use to advertise it, not everyone's watching that hour and 20.
Yep.
So if you take moments from the beginning, middle, end, intro, outro, you can at least make sure people see the best moments. And they're like, rah, if that was the highlight, I can't wait to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, 100%. Give them like the little match of the day highlights, the best bits.
Definitely. We call that like micro content to promote pillar content.
Okay.
That's like the geek talk for it. But yeah, exactly.
I am learning so much today.
Match of the day. I like that.
Micro content to pillar content.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it's lit.
Yeah,
I tried the TikTok thing. I'm on there. I've got like 6. I think I've got 5. In fact, let me have a look. I think I posted like 4 videos. 3. I've got 3 videos on TikTok. I've not really told anyone I'm on there. I've never posted it. I think the 700. One of them's got like 780 views, which obviously is not great in TikTok terms.
So I've only
got like 30 followers, or some shit.
So I'll tell you something. Yes, I'm on 159 followers, loving it. Yeah, and then I posted one video about Google Maps should have a feature where if you're following someone in convoy, you should put in a 6-digit number from the other person. They show up on your map. That video alone got 10,000, 15,000 plays.
Shit.
And Bear Man were just trolling me in the comments, hating my idea. Hating the idea. They're like, oh, Waze can do this. WhatsApp can do this. I was like, it's just a piece of content. It's a throwaway. I'm not wasting my life thinking about Google Maps. I got better shit to do. It's just a TikTok, you know?
It's enticed people to comment, though, which in turn gains the traffic. Like you say, even if it wasn't super positive, like it got people talking for sure.
But no, I just to wrap up on that, but I just think like as much as we are purist about the art of DJing, let's not hold on to that so preciously we don't take action.
100%.
That's my takeaway. Yeah.
No,
like,
but that is fucking gold.
No, but quality control, agreed, but not that we don't actually take any action.
100%.
And that's definitely, without a doubt, that's my downfall. It's just, it's like, I know I've got techers and I'm proper onto the fact that I don't want to put out just a mediocre thing because I hold myself very highly in regards when it comes to my DJ skills. So I don't want to just put some basic,
end up posting nothing at all.
So what I do is I don't put the basic shit out. I don't put anything out in terms of my DJing and it doesn't benefit me. So yeah, that's a really, really good point. Ayaz, thank you, bro, so much for joining us today.
Bless you guys so much, man. I appreciate you, man.
Sick. Hashtag TalkOver Podclat. That's what we do every single week for the DJs, by the DJs.
Yep.
Stylo, Double, Ayaz, and we're out of here.
Till next time.